Welcome back to the stream of Burning Mara's Temple Down. So, before our break, Mara had convinced her dwarven companion to go into the back of the temple and save some of the religious relics of the temple. And I think I'd said that you had about 30 seconds, so 5 rounds where you knew you were completely safe. Are you going to continue past that 5 rounds then, Mara?
I'd say yes.
Okay.
But probably not very long.
Well, I'll do it. I'll do it round by round.
Sure.
Okay. First round, nothing happens, but there are some ominous creaking sounds from above.
Some ominous creaking sounds from the dwarf as well. That's something else.
Okay. No, yeah, she'll go in a second time.
Okay. Continuing to be ominous creaking sounds from above, but there is nothing happening particular other than what I described before the break.
I'll let the dice decide, higher or lower, because she might be nervous. Well, she is nervous. Shit, inside the box. Below 10 she'll leave, and above she'll stay. 5.
Okay.
So she'll leave.
God, she rolls low.
So you and Garvin go out. You have armfuls of stuff. Again, we can work that out between us of what you saved and what you haven't.
Yeah.
I'm just rolling for the time it takes you to get out of the... Okay. So you get to the front door and you see your companions who have made a safe way. There's some creaking and crashing behind you, and as you sort of are framed in the doorway and whichever of the companions are there, you can start to see bits of the ceiling starting to sort of crack and fall behind you. Not the main structure of the building, but you can see that some of the floorboards are starting to give way, and bits of flaming bedding and tables are starting to sort of crash down and spreading the fire in the main temple downstairs. So I take it you make your way out to your companions, and do you say anything to each other?
Has a minute passed?
Yes.
Then Alton will fall unconscious.
Okay. Wait, as we walk out, you fall unconscious?
Mm-hmm.
But Alton is in front of you. You can see Alton is... Did you move any further away from there, Alton? Because you did have time.
I did. Well, no, because I moved towards where the gate was, right?
So the last time we were there, you were there. But whilst I've been resolving the stuff in the temple, there's been another 7 rounds gone by. So you kind of moved quite a significant distance if you wanted to.
Well,
halfway to Luskin.
Okay. Well, yeah, but what I mean is he's sort of on a timer anyway. So wherever that got him to, I guess he would have continued to move.
Let's say just past there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. So the rest of you meet up, and I would say you see Alton fall.
Mara will look exhausted and demoralized. The world has, in a sense, fallen.
It's just a building.
Drama queen.
Where was your mother's house again? No, but
Far
she will
east.
kind of look demoralized. But when she sees Alton fall over, she will immediately be an instinct kicks in to do something. So she will cast. Where is it? Mama. Cure wounds on him at level 1 because we are kind of low.
So you walk up and touch him?
I walk up and I touch the sleeping child. you regain. I should not make these jokes. You
It wasn't a
regain.
joke. He is a sleeping child.
True. You regain 13 hit points.
Mhm.
And Sirik, have you remained in giant spider mode?
Just as far as I could drag Salir to safety. I don't know if you decided to get up.
No, Salir said he was just going to lie there and let you drag him away.
Alright, and I would have dragged him away as far as I could,
Yeah,
and then
that's
I
turned
fine.
it back when we felt safe.
I'll say that, you're all sort of just there, which is far enough from the flames at this moment in time to pose no risk to you. Anyone want to do or say anything at this moment in time?
Just as Mara is casting Cure Wounds at me, she's probably seeing me for the first time in this. And you'll notice his face is very, very different to what it normally is. The horns that were burgeoning in his forehead are out and elongated. He has long hair. He's muscular. He's got long nails. Just looks really, really weird. And as the time goes by, that'll sort of shift and back to what you're used to seeing. But he is still unconscious.
It's probably just in my mind, but did he grow taller? Or is that just in my mind? Probably is just in my mind.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. So Mara will probably try and, as always, try and maybe clean his face or something and really get a look at what the fuck happened to him.
Oh, he's covered in blood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's caked in coagulating, congealing blood as well.
Yeah.
And like the chitinous remains of many insects on his shoulders.
Many.
and-
Yeah. There's like a wing sticking out of the mouth.
Yeah, probably.
And she'll look to, I guess, the giant spider, which we have seen before.
Yep.
Yeah. I think
And-
because of the distinct flavor that Emeros has put very coolly into Sirik, that you can tell with a passing glance when it's him rather than a real one because of the sort of spider type scales that are over its body.
Yeah. And also, I don't think a giant wolf spider would just stand around like, how are you guys doing?
Just chilling.
To be fair, it probably looks like it's trying to carry off Salir as a victim to eat.
I came up.
Opportunist spider.
And I mean, at this moment in time, there probably are some shield coins starting to appear and look slightly nervously at the huge spider that's next to you.
I mean, there was probably a blood smear from where Sirik was dragging.
Oh, yeah,
him.
that's right.
It was from his
It's
own bleeding.
Long.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sort of
gruesome.
towards a manhole cover.
Lotta, I think we broke your temple.
And she would just give you a very sad look, not really knowing what to say, and then really looking at you becoming very pale and very distinct as well. What happened? What?
Listen.
I love the way Salir's still laying down.
Yeah.
Edward.
Listen.
So you remember the drow person that we heard about?
Yes.
Yeah, we met him.
Oh.
Yeah. He stabbed me a lot.
Mara will move over. And she will cast another Cure Wounds.
Don't bother.
She will put her hand. She'll put her hand on his forehead.
I'm going to... Don't even bother. I'm going to be unconscious in like 5 minutes again anyway. Knowing my night.
Is he colder than usual?
I'll let you answer that one.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably just from his own loss of blood.
Dude's been vamping out all night.
Yeah.
I took over 300 points of damage.
Yeah, it was a lot.
In that combat.
Wow.
Yeah.
She will hold her hand on his forehead and go, maybe this one will help you a little
No.
bit.
Just don't even bother.
And she'll heal him for the dice escapes. You get 13 as well.
Oh, I feel so healthy now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mara will seem be not a lot, but slightly better morale-wise, being able to heal people and do something.
And just as you heal him and start to have that wave of ever so slight sort of feeling of at least things are better, as you hear a gigantic crash as part of the roof caves in,
Yeah.
goes into the Overgold's quarters, and then
Yeah.
takes out the weakened structure, and there's a huge gout of flames out of the front door as basically the Overgold's apartment falls into the main temple. You can see that quite quickly there's not going to be much left of the temple other than the main walls around it. Around you, the shield coins are starting to be marshaled, but there isn't a what we would know as a fire brigade or anything here. There are water bucket chains going down to the river and stuff, but most of them are really just trying to douse the surrounding buildings to make sure that this doesn't spread and control it. And it's quite clear that the temple itself has been basically considered a write-off because nobody has the resources to do anything significant about it. It's just going to allow it to burn out itself. You also start to see some of the Neverwinter Guard appear in quite big numbers. Until now, it has just been yourselves and the shield coins. Yeah. Anyone else want to do anything just now?
Do I see any of the high-ranking clergy?
Siddiq, change back. Change back Siddiq to the guards.
See, spider saying nods. Yes, yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, then he reverts back.
That's fine. Yes, you do start to see some of the other clergy are sort of being bundled away by some of the shield coin guards. They're not hanging around, but they're being taken away. Make a perception check.
Sure. I do terribly at these. Damn it.
You have a plus 11.
Damn it. I know.
Yeah, you always say I do terribly. I only
Oh.
got to 32.
Yeah. Not this time, though. I got a 13. So that's a 2 on the dice. So bad.
So bad.
That's okay. You still see amongst the clergy as well. You do see Elazir and Carolee being ushered away by Stagran Logram, the platinum shield coin, and he's taken quite a contingent to just get them out of the situation, away from here.
Are there many of the higher ranking clergy, or have they cleared out beforehand?
No, they're in that same cluster.
Okay.
So he's taking care of all of them.
Tomorrow we'll point at the higher clergy, and she'll just shout to them, "Now you get to fight over the ruins! Congratulations!" And she'll just daggers at them.
That sounds like sarcasm.
You seem to think that they over their own fear, the noise, and the calamity, none of them seem to hear you at all.
Yeah.
Take no notice of
I
it.
have a question. When Alton went strange up on the roof, Quill went away.
Oh, yes.
I'll leave you answer that.
Or do you want it? I mean, you're the one who decided that it did the change.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, I think that's right. I think you have a good idea, yourself. But in my first instance is that the bond between you and Quill temporarily breaks.
Mhm.
So I don't think Quill would run away from Alton, but he's probably nearby but quite bewildered, wondering what's happened, because it's the first time he's ever known that bond to be disconnected.
Yeah.
But I'm quite happy that he's just sat maybe on the edge of a building safely away from the fire, close by, and you can bring him in at any point yourself. He's an intelligent enough bird that I don't think he just go, "Oh, I'm free." Fuck that. No.
Yeah, they're kind of linked.
Yeah. But I think that sort of phase surge basically breaks the link whilst you're in control, while it takes control.
Mm-hmm.
I got a question. Can I roll to see if I can find some, I don't know, this is a bit of a stretch, but some cloth of some sorts, just this big trait maybe that one has used to cover a
Alton
couple of
has rags
barrels
over
or
his mouth.
I don't think there'd be some. It's quite an upper class area, so there's no sort of loading dock that would have tarpaulin or anything like that around here. Not in this area at this moment in time. I think depending on what you're wanting to use it for, there you might be able to get a cloak or something like that off of one of the shield coins, because there are, or something like. But
okay, because I just thought of something. So Sterek walks over to one of the shield coins and just what the shield coin sees is a naked snake man walking up to him, asking for his cloak.
And he basically looks to Mara first, because like, as far as the shield coins here are concerned, you're the one in charge. And you know that without rolling anything.
Yeah. Mara will nod, and she'll say, "We'll try and fix the repayment of your cloak when you should just look to the ruins when."
And whilst you sort of start trailing off in a sort of wistful, he just sort of nods and gives you the cloak.
Thank you. I did grab a bag of gold from the guy from
You
Drow.
did.
Yeah,
You did,
so I'll
indeed,
just hand him a gold. Thank you.
You could have used the bag of gold to cover yourself up. Put the mamba in the bag, just...
The bag of golding.
You could just dip it and sort of burnish it. Might have heated it up a bit. Pajazzle, I think it's called, actually.
Snake pajazzle.
So, you all start, I think, similarly to Mara, it's not too much of a stretch to think that you all start to go in on yourselves a wee bit. The adrenaline starts draining from your body. You're that sort of exhausted way, not a true exhaustion, but you're glad to be alive. The realization that that's a fucking terrible thing to happen, but you're all alive and everybody could be dead. And as that happens, that's when the guard turn up in sort of force, and you see the similar sight of Ran Ervil that you met at the guard station the last time. Coming up, he's obviously sort of half dressed. I mean, he's in full gear, but
he's half dressed.
I need a cloak too.
And seeing you, he's not a giant. He's not that big.
I just imagine Sirik. I know this isn't the case, but imagine Sirik just gets like a towel and puts it on his head.
Yes. It makes
hey, how's it
like
going?
a toddler, but if I can't see them, they can't see me.
Yes.
It's fucking crazy, right?
Calm down, Piccolo.
Sorry,
he makes a turban out of it and just owns it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
starts posing.
He has a snake, so he would have a cloaca.
Right, come on. Let's not go too far. Ran Ervil comes up to you, Mara, because you've met before. He sees that you are the ranking cleric here, and he just sort of rushes up to you, quite panicked. You've known sorry, he's an officious chap, and it's like, what has happened here? He's just like staring at the now inferno that is the Temple of Joachim in front of him.
She'll point to the corpses.
What
Drow
corpses?
attack. The shield coins were fighting the drow in the street.
Oh, they were drowned.
There are some drow and
Thank God.
some
I thought
shield
all the
coins.
evidence was gone in the fire.
No.
We did it ourselves for the insurance money. No, she will point to the corpses. She'll go, drow, assassin. Do you have water?
More drow.
Not anymore. And she'll point to the fire, to the massive sort of blaze of the inferno.
Did they fix that fire? Have they deliberately burnt down the temple?
Yes.
I am sure. I don't know at this point. At this point, do you have water?
I'm tired.
He just sort of passes. He's got a wee flask on his belt and he just passes it to you.
That's not water.
Thank you. That's my pee flask. Thank you. So she takes a swig. We dispatched many of the drow. Ultimately, the temple was lit on fire.
It must have been something to like try to remove their presence if they had accomplished it. Start the fire, kill the thing, get out, it burns.
I don't.
Perhaps a candle fell over or something.
At this point, it's ruins anyway. And she'll point towards the clergy that are being shuffled away. They'll have to fix it at this point.
Roll me deception because you both know that is not true.
There's an advantage somewhere.
Do I have to roll deception?
Well, you saw Alton cast a fireball, so you're well aware. You're well aware that Alton is the source of.
So then,
I mean,
I think
the drow are responsible in that they attacked, but they did not set fire to the temple.
Okay.
7.
Because I thought that happened in another room.
Okay. Well,
Happened twice.
Then Mara would have
the
basically.
one good liar is asleep.
Then I think Mara would have been more upfront about it because I thought it happened in another room. No, one of our companions used a fireball, temple, and lit on fire.
You see him looking a bit pensive and going, well, I'm sure that this was not the intention and it's because of the drow, but...
He sees the bloody face of the unconscious gnome.
Yeah.
They summoned the demons.
They summoned demons into the temple.
Demons?
Yeah.
Strange things with huge teeth and big mouth. And
this is way beyond my pay grade. The Marshal of the Guard is going to have words with you. I'm very sorry to say this, but I think you're all going to have to come with me.
I think you said we were good to go in the morning, though.
Not anymore.
Calm yourself.
You have been in the city a mere hours, and we have had 2
days
attacks. Well, for him, he doesn't really know, but you've had 2 attacks from the drow, and this is.
Would you happen to have a cloak so that I can warm myself against the cold? As Mara kind of looks down at her, basically.
Is she showing some leg?
I think there is a big enough campfire if you're cold.
Not cool, Slayer. Not cool.
He's been laying on the ground this entire time.
Yeah.
He hasn't gotten up yet.
Not cool. Not
And
cool.
you look at him that he's in like full armor. He doesn't have anything to give you. And he's just sort of gestures to himself and then like,
Hold on, let me go get my cloak. Oh wait, it's in the fire.
maybe one of your shield coins that is given a cloak to your companion.
Are there any nearby?
There's several of them nearby, and at his mention that we'll have to come to me, they've all sort of stiffened and are again sort of looking at you. You know categorically they are mercenary. If you told them to attack the city guard, they all would.
Yes.
I know
Conquest.
I know Mara wouldn't do that, so I'm not trying to.
No,
but you know,
kill him for the cloak. No.
The basic shield coins will unquestionably do whatever you tell them to.
Would one of
I mean,
you
there'll have to be an internal investigation before you can speak to anyone.
one that I will preside over. No, I will. I find myself innocent. Wow. Would one of you happen to have a cloak so that I can warm myself?
And yeah, another one comes over and gives you a cloak and things. And at that point, Ran sort of turns to you and, well, will you come with me quietly so that the marshal can speak to you in the morning?
Is it all of us?
All of you.
I think Cyril would try to ask him if maybe please, sir, can't we just get one night's rest somewhere warm?
Oh, you'll get
as
your
you
night's
said.
rest in the slammer.
Mara will,
I can't promise you it'd be warm, but I will give you somewhere safe to
Mara
the
will-
rest of the night.
Mara will put her hand on Sirik's shoulder and just nod along with him.
I think I left my stuff in the temple.
Can't
Sir.
you just follow us to a tavern or something where we could?
As my companion says, I am currently half naked in the streets. My holy temple has been burnt down. I don't know how many of my fellow clerics and priests have been killed. All of my money is gone. All of my items are gone. Currently, I have a shield, a mace, a holy book, and rags that are burnt. I want to
I got
sleep in a bed tonight.
I
That
am
isn't within the company, in the grand hold of the government. I want a soft bed.
very sorry to hear all of that, and you know I am definitely apologetic, but I cannot risk my own livelihood by letting you go off willy-nilly, and I will be dismissed if I do that. You will come with me, whether you like it or not. And he clicks his fingers, and his guards start moving around you.
Oh shit!
Alright.
Mara will take a
You just power played your ass.
Mara will take a quick breath and go, okay, fine, we'll go calmly. There's no need, and she'll basically, gesture to the shield coins to be calm. Calm.
Do you give them any particular orders?
Secure Elir and her child and the rest of the clergy. Guard the fucking ashes. Anything from that ash will be ours for the rebuilding of the temple, except that there's a bag of holding. But
they salute to you and do that, and the Ran over sort of signals to his men, and they sort of encircle you at spear point and start sort of prodding you in the direction they want you to move.
Prodding us, asshole.
unless any do anything. I don't mean like
Are they guards or
No.
lizard folk?
Mara will insist that they do not brandish weapons towards us. We will come. They don't need to have any aggressive posture. We will come.
I insist that I be dragged.
Adam's
cannot
unconscious.
Sir would just drag you along.
Turn back into a spider just to make it easier. Make him into a cocoon and drag him. Why is the guard helping a spider carry off that man?
Well, they do, and they start to show you through the city at night, and it's a long and sort of miserable procession, I would imagine, as they take you through. And Mara, you know that quite quickly that where they are taking you, it seems like they are taking you to the middle of Protector's Enclave and to the halls of justice.
Let me just add this minus reputation for Ran. There we go.
I think at
Go ahead.
some point during the time that we are being led to that
Mhm.
place, Zurich will attempt to communicate telepathically with Salir,
Yeah, absolutely. On you go.
saying that I don't trust this dirtbag. We will find some way to screw him over one day.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
100%.
Oh, that's good. You're with me.
I just want to interject. Alton never came back to consciousness, so I don't know what's happening with him.
You're still
Okay,
with the
no, that's fine.
We just put Alton on
have to
top
be
of
the fire.
Salir like a sled.
No, I think two of the watchmen will carry you between them.
And you'll see, or one of the group might see occasionally, you'll see like a little white flitting from building to building as they move through the city, just off in the distance.
Well, look, everyone roll me a perception check and just roll a d20, Mark.
No.
Sorry, don't roll and see.
Mm.
All right, don't worry. Salir, at least you see Quill following.
I hold a finger up.
What finger?
No,
Oh,
I know
for him to
what he's
land.
meaning. Would Quill do that, Dombro?
Go land on my finger.
Yeah, he would.
Sweet. So, Sirik is dragging Salir, and I get a bird on my finger.
Yes.
Hello. Good.
And I think as you are going through, Ranelver will just say to you all, I would be very clear in the conversations that you have with the Marshal, because if he finds you wanting, you may not be seeing the outside of the halls of justice for a very long time.
Mara will give him a look of disdain, like she's basically compounding insults to injury. I will be very clear. And she won't say anything else. Try to keep her head high because this is too much bullshit right now.
I would love to see you
Not
try. But
Do any of you wish to do anything whilst you're being taken through the streets, or are you all just going to give in at this moment in time? Because the other thing they will do is they will be taking any weapons off you.
Oh no.
Not by walking staff.
No.
Are you gonna do rage again?
I don't have any.
He doesn't have any left.
I know.
Will they take my holy book?
Not your holy book, but they will take your mace and your shield.
Ooh.
My rapier.
They're gonna try to take my axes, I think what you meant to say.
I imagine they probably took my short sword on the travel, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't have the choice. I mean,
Yeah.
they will put their hands on it and take it from you. How do you react?
How much health do I have? How many rages do I have?
I think when that happens, Quill will fly from your fingers up into the buildings again.
Mm-hmm.
Does Mara notice them try to take? Oh yeah, I guess that she
Do I
noticed them.
have, do
Yeah.
I have a
Mara
misty
will-
step left? No.
Mara will
I
point to the
don't.
axe and she'll say, "That is a reliquary of Moradin. You're not gonna touch that weapon."
Did I have?
You are not keeping weapons.
It is
with
against
the
my
conflict.
religion
Then-
that you touch this.
Then let me carry it. I don't know how to swing it, but it's a relic of Moradin, and she'll put her hand on Garvin's shoulder. And we do not accept heresy like that.
I don't think you quite understand the situation. You are not here by your own courtesy. You are here by the demands of the guard of Neverwinter, and you will do as you are instructed.
Oh, this guy really sounds apologetic, remember? I said that.
Mara will
Alright.
swallow her pride.
That's a lot of pride to swallow.
Yeah, and at this point, getting towards that point,
Alright. For it now.
The guard grows a beard as he takes the axe.
whoa!
You have my
Okay.
word that everything will be cared for.
Actually, wait.
and everything will be put under.
He begins shifting it from guard to
I
guard.
do have a question. Just put this into your head, Squid, and you can
Yeah.
decide what you want to do with it. Don't you have to kind of be chosen by the axe?
Yeah.
Only to wield it, not so
Well-
if you're using it in combat.
So
No,
okay,
it's-
okay. So
They won't grow a beard.
I understand what you mean, and I
Yeah.
have kept that in consideration, but no, it's not.
I
it's
would
not
at
really
least
bite
like
people.
to know where you are putting it when we
It will
get
be
there.
in the locked armory.
That is fine.
Mara looks
And-
even more demoralized.
You get brought to the, and it's still nighttime, but this is the outside of the halls of justice, and you can see there is a
Do we have enough
significant,
guards?
yeah, there is a significant armed presence here,
Yeah.
and you know you're brought in. It's lit by candles and things, and I'll let you answer this yourself, Mara. Would you have ever had occasion to visit the halls of justice? Because there are many genuine business reasons
Yeah.
for being here.
I think she
Just-
would not the prison portion maybe, but she would go probably find some legal advice, meet some type of lord maybe. If she would ever find her way in the prison, probably not.
Yeah. So I think that's exactly what happens. That Mara initially thinks, "Oh, we are being treated like dignitaries," because they take you towards staircase that you would usually go up, where there are sort of quite spacious rooms, until you suddenly realise, to your horror, that you are on the down portion of the stairwell into the basement.
Yeah.
And you soon find yourselves for the evening in a rather cold, dank cell. And they leave you there with some food, and they give you some bandages and things and unguents to tend your wounds.
Is there? I do want to know. Is there like an obvious? Like, is there windows or is there?
Oh yeah, you know that sort of classic sort of jail thing
Yeah.
in films where they can sort
Yeah.
of look up and they're sort of look at street level. Yeah,
Just
absolutely.
across the way and up in the building, the Raven would be perched up there.
Not a problem at all. And the two guards sort of show you in, lock you up, and then they sort of move down a bit and sit at a table at the end of the hallway.
Mara
Okay,
would just-
Salir finally stands up.
I've been fine this entire time. How long
He
does
has
Alton stay unconscious?
How long has it been?
It's probably been another half an hour as you sort of traipse slowly through the city.
Okay, I think he'll probably just sleep now unless he has woken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's absolutely fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I did he say we were gonna meet with the marshal tonight?
He didn't tell you. He just said that the marshal will want to speak to you, but did not.
Okay. Did I see where they put my axe?
You didn't see. He just told you where it was going to be.
Alright. Good enough. Well,
Prisoners don't tend to get told where the armory is.
Oh, I'll find it.
I hope none of them gets feisty with and attempts to swing it around.
From what you saw,
take a look at
on
this.
from what you saw, you know, like the shield coins, these are, yes, they're low-level troops, but they're very well drilled. They are.
You're going to say they're very well dressed.
Little do you know, Salir wields an animated weapon.
He has an anime weapon.
Cyric, they
Buster
come
sword.
by and give you some sort of basic leather leggings or something, and sort of, you know, gesture, and like, is there anything else? The Rand has told us that you must be provided with any sort of reasonable things. Anything else that you wish?
Well,
And he's saying
They-
that to all
they
of
had-
you.
have they given us? They gave us food and some.
Giving you
like-
food, water, and, you know, medical supplies.
Oh, I would like a pillow.
I would say most prisoners just bunch up some of the straw, and it's clear, clean, fresh straw.
Yeah,
It's
but
not mine.
you asked if there's anything that I wanted to do better with like a pillow.
He just sort of looks at you and went, yeah, sure, that's not happening.
I can fix that later, Shalir, don't worry.
Nah, it's all right. Thank you for the breeches and shirt.
Can I attempt to charm person this man?
Oh no. And so Shalir was led out to the gallows to meet Madame la Guillotine.
That's all it is. Just a quick little
Oh man,
simple charm person.
we're already trying to escape. We're not even
No,
arrived.
I
at
just
the-
wanna
Haven't
come
committed
up.
a crime.
That's the
can't
thing. Like, we can totally talk our way out of this.
Yeah, because we haven't done any.
So if you could go ahead and
We're
roll
guilty of a certain amount of it, but it is in self-defense. So like,
wisdom
Well,
saving throw.
I mean, it was like casual, and in the end,
He rolled natural 15. What's your DC?
Oh, that's way above my DC.
like
I was hoping. Oh well,
It-
I
it's-
tried.
Because he only had a 10 wisdom, so that it was the dice roll with a flat 0.
I was just
Because-
hoping.
Mara is the highest.
Does he notice that it has been halved?
I think since it's from the vampiric side of things, it's not like
Right. That's
casting
fine.
component.
It's just like sort of crazy starey eyes.
Yeah, it's like they stare at each other for a little while, and then like he's like, "Oh, why was I staring at this guy?" And just
And it
walks.
sort of shakes off. Yeah, that's fine.
What a weird stare.
probably gets like a feeling of someone walking on his grave and goes, "Ugh."
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like, you're creepy.
Yeah, you're a weird dude.
And he just cuts off further conversation and locks the door again and goes back to join his companion at the end of the corridor.
So, I assume we're going to tell the truth, because, I mean, there's no reason to lie.
No.
Well,
have no reason.
Alton set fire to the temple.
Elton.
That's what-
Oh, wait,
Well,
uh,
He
Here,
didn't
alright,
do it.
sleeping out.
Yeah, he didn't do
I
it on
mean-
purpose.
Yes.
it was
can't-
really funny.
They can't arrest us. Although they can't do anything for that, I don't think.
Did we break any laws?
We were
Several.
Today?
we were fighting Drow. They were attacking the temple. We were defending
think this
ourselves.
Yeah,
Don't
self-defense.
think.
Well, not just
Yes.
self-defense. We were fighting a foreign invader. Drow are not allowed, especially not in some type of paramilitary force, into the fucking city. And she'll stick her hand out the window to the fucking city.
How?
Yeah, how did they get by?
They are Drow. They sneak in like rats.
I think
Do
that's
all
more
the
like
little
the guard's
places.
problem.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, thank you. Are there rats? Just like,
Are
Sarah
there
just looks
rats?
around the cellar to see if he can find a rat.
Give me a perception. Actually, give me a perception check.
Alrighty.
Yeah, one walks in between your bread.
Yeah. Oh, perfect. Yeah. And there's a mousetrap within the bread.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate roll 20 sometimes.
Yeah,
Especially
it is.
decides spass out.
Yeah, we need to get you some dice, dude.
Yeah, I can't deal with this bullshit.
Yeah, it's too annoying. When it counts, it just stops working.
You know,
Yeah.
since we have this new 25% off promo
Yeah.
code
Oh, yeah. Remember.
From where?
with,
What
Libre,
code?
with
Yeah.
LibrisArcana.com,
Yeah, you use code
have
Saviours.
Saviors to get 25% off.
It's
Dice.
Oh, really?
Still crazy to me that we have a sponsor.
Yeah.
Anyway, remember that sponsorship.
Yes.
Call the number on your screen, right?
Still
the-
not come up.
Mara is like stuck in her
Alright.
own world, meandering about it's not their fault, essentially.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's
there it
see.
is.
Damn.
Is she
45.
convincing herself it's not their fault?
Well, I mean,
It's not. It's not that we were ambushed. It was handled real bad. And I'd say we. It was
25.
mostly Alton.
Okay, so
you
with
used
Siric's perception as someone says rats and he starts looking around, you see that this is a generally well kept cell. You know, it's not a horrible dank dungeon. It is relatively warm, relatively dry. But it is also subterranean, and it is a sort of
It's in the city.
it's in a city, so there are definitely rats about. Now, with a 25, you notice two things. One, the rats have obviously sort of
They've
scattered.
unionized. Sorry.
Yeah, they've scattered when you were put into the cell. So you can see wee sort of movements in the straw and things like that where they've gone into nooks and crannies. But you think if you're hungry, you can probably catch one. But with a 25, you also notice across the way in another cell a rat that sort of crawled up the wall and it's sort of sitting on a rafter and it's looking directly at you.
What?
It's almost got an intelligence. And with that, what you see is there seems to be ivy and bits of greenery in its fur, almost like it's got some sort of fey corruption. And it just looks at you and winks and scuttles away.
Did you see that rat?
And then Quill comes down and picks it up.
Drow everywhere. What rat? What are you?
Anyone that wants to make a perception check, they can.
Well, he just pointed it out.
No, it's scuttled away.
Yeah.
So unless you roll high, none of you are going to see it.
Is the
It's,
25 high?
25's high enough.
Is the dirty 20 high enough?
Ooh.
So is a dirty 20.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Is this, and Alton goes,
Mara.
So Mara and Saviour see it just before as it scuttles off, but you get the same details that
Where
Saviour
is your
got.
flying snake?
Do I get
Cidic?
the ability to cast Guiding Bolt against the rat?
I mean,
Do you really want to show that you can cast spells while you're in prison?
At this
Yeah, but
point,
also-
that is a direct enemy. And I'm about to cast a spell in prison anyway.
We also
For a
have
ritual.
we also
I
have
mean,
a
like,
flying snake.
You can cast a spell on anything you want if you still have the spell slots left.
That's true.
Yeah, I have the ability. Well, 20 is really weird sometimes. Let's see. There it is, the Guiding Bolt. I'm
Mhm.
just gonna throw it up into the roll 20.
That's okay. I know what Guiding Bolt does. So
No, yeah.
Roll your
It's just-
attack if that's what you're going to do.
I was just looking at the total. Yeah. Right. So that is a
attack.
that 18.
Just double checking. I'm pretty sure that does hit though.
Rat doesn't have much.
A rat is a tiny beast and has an armor class of 10.
Yeah.
Oh, pain.
Roll
Which
your
is the-
damage.
Yes. Right. So it takes. Let's see. 'Cause it's only the 46. Yeah, nothing added to it. It takes. Oh God. 16 damage.
Okay. Remind me what your guiding bolt. What does it look like when Mara casts a spell?
Mm. This time, she opens up her holy book. She picks out a name, and an eagle, sort of. No, what do they call the smaller one? The falcon. A falcon seems to sort of pop out of the book and just escape and hunt the rat, and seem to crash into it.
Okay. As it does, the rat just evaporates as it crashes into it, and there is just some almost like autumn leaves just left sort of in the air, slowly dancing to the ground. But obviously when you do that, the guards are both up and they come to the cell and start to drag you away unless anyone else does anything.
Just drag Mara away?
Yes.
Let me just.
Somebody's laughing. Oh, you up. That's it. Just you fucked up.
No, I think Sir would attempt at least to. Look, no, there was an evil rat. Go ahead.
And they just look at you, and these guys have no malice. They're just doing their job. They're just, Joe Schmoes. And it's just like, Are you all so misunderstood that you don't understand that this is a city? And you may be important people elsewhere, adventurers.
Alton farts.
But there are laws
No.
here. You don't make them yourself. And
I don't
we can't
know.
have people
No.
casting spells in the cells. So she will
That's-
be taken away, her
this is
home
just a
will be
room.
taken away, and she'll be chained up in a cell of her own.
No, that was me. I threw the spell.
We are not blind.
I did not pretend that it wasn't a city. I'm just simply saying. I mean,
Oh no, we've got Sirk and Salir. They're going to be the ones who are trying to set this right.
And
Perfect.
Garvin just looks morose, but he strangely fails to do anything.
Oh.
no, I mean, I'm not going to stop you from taking her.
And then
No.
they stop talking with you, and they are just, again, unless you like try and resist Mara, they're just going to drag you off.
No, I mean, they don't really need to drag Mara off. If they tell you, say to her, we're going to another cell, she'll just come with them. So they don't need to be aggressive. She'll just come with them. Guys, we've
And,
got
We're in a
cred.
bad place.
Street cred? We've got a reputation, not street
Yeah,
cred.
we've been to prison, man.
Yeah.
What did you say, Salir?
I don't like cities.
No, I don't like.
did say
I don't
that.
like cities either.
You did say that too. Alton didn't know what a city was. He's,
I like cities.
he's enjoying
He's
it.
now in Team I Hate Cities, though.
I don't know. I don't know how much he remembers.
I'm pretty sure that all of this is Mara's fault, and
This
that
is
is how I'm
Mara's
going
fault.
to leave that.
Me too. She asked us to come here.
Yeah,
That was the way, right?
that is the story that we are sticking with.
Mara.
The next
Mara is
morning. Yeah, she gets the guillotine the next morning.
stupid.
So, Mara, you're taken away to another corridor similar and put in a very similar cell, but all of your own.
Okay.
But you have no line of sight, and you're beyond two locked doors between you and where your companions are.
Okay. Mara will just sit down.
They also take your holy symbol, your holy book, and they manacle you.
Oh,
What?
yeah.
Very naughty.
Mara will look very sad in the moonlight. Won't do anything.
Like, what the fuck happened tonight?
Yeah.
Salir, can you help me catch a rat? I
Don't you
am
have-
starving.
Straight into my belly's hungry.
I'm going to point this out. Don't you have a flying snake?
Yes, but I don't ask him to do anything.
It's what? You ask him to do things?
No.
Unless it's specifically said, it's usually sort of curled around your neck, isn't it? Like a scarf.
It is.
Like,
Oh, that's true.
fine. Not all right.
No,
I don't
it's-
have a javelin or a dagger or
It's
anything
alright.
to do it with.
It's all right.
You
So
just Rocky jump it.
let's see what you can do then. So Rick just like glares. The quartal looking thing untangles himself from Cyric's neck, and their eyes lock. And he asks him to see if he can catch a rat for him.
Okay. So
Within-
how does he go about that? Give me a flavour of what is he trying to do? Is he going to go down one of their nests, or is he just going to wait outside? Or
We did hear some like fussing from the bed, so I think he will just go search them in the
That's
other.
fine.
Because I suppose we are not seeing the only cell, and the one.
No,
in front
there's
of us-
at the moment there's I think let's say 6 cells, 3 each side in this bit, and
Yeah.
4 of them are unoccupied, and there's a couple of drunks in the other one that just sort of are unconscious, face down,
So,
snoring.
yeah, well, he would just ask him to look into one of those unmanned ones to see if he can find anything, because that's probably where where one of them will be.
Okay, roll a survival check.
Survival. That was a lot of survival checks.
Don't worry. It's enough though. He doesn't take long, but about 20 minutes later, he comes back with a rat, dragging a rat for you.
You're right, Sid. You're right, Slayer. He is good at finding rats.
Yeah, he's a flying snake.
I should have asked him earlier. He's like you.
You take the terrifying ability to catch rats from a snake, and you add the ability to have a vertical axis.
That's true. Thank you. And
They can wait above the nest. Rats never look up.
Yeah. It's the circle of life.
The serpent of flies.
Good point, Slayer. And he is barely listening to you at all. Just good. Yeah, like good.
Why do I think Celia is lying down again?
Probably is.
It probably is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to sleep now. Then I guess.
Well,
I'm going to flex these wounds away. As how
You
long that works.
know, like the sort of the first tendrils of dawn are starting to show. It's probably 5, almost 6 in the morning after all that's gone on.
Suppose like a few hours sleep will do us good.
Yeah.
So
I was hit with a lot of knives.
you were.
I'm running out of blood.
You're not.
I did. I have a very, very accurate count of how much blood I have in my body.
Nah, you stole blood.
I'm at about the half tank.
Okay, that's fine. You're a big boy.
Good night.
So you all
no one has to
settling
take
down
watch.
for the evening?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you all trying to find? Is anyone going to speak to Garvin or?
Yeah. How is he?
Garvin's not my problem.
He's just sitting on the side, like staring.
Is he
between
looking
his
at
feet.
us?
Not particularly. He's not deliberately like trying to break eye contact, but he's just he looks lost in his own thoughts a bit.
Garvin, how are you? How are you? Do you want some food?
No, thanks. I had plenty before the first time I tried to get some sleep, but this is all a little bit much.
And what's in your mind then? You look a bit down. Huh?
I've never fallen foul of the law before. I've never ever thought I would find myself in a cell.
Yes, Mara is very evil.
I take it you're saying that
Yeah,
quite
he's taking the piss out of
like,
it.
just being clear that you're trying to make him.
Sure, yeah, Mara's pure evil. Yeah.
He's-
Sulk
he's
more,
like-
bro.
I know you're trying to make her funny and make me feel better, but she is very headstrong, and you have all forgotten, I think, from Stoutwall and Derg Balakin, you're so used to dealing with the upper echelons of the city, the towns as we were there. You forget that cities work very differently. You are nothing here. You're not the famous Redwall saviors that everybody in the street knows. You're just another adventuring party who happen to have brought death and destruction upon the city, even if it need be by accident or not by your own purpose, and have set fire to a major temple. That does not look good from the people that run and rule cities. I am down in the dumps and Morose because I feel we are all fucked, and we will probably not be seeing the outside of these 4 walls for a long time.
I think we're fine.
Well, to answer your first question, no, I don't know big cities. This is my first time in one. So you're right about that. And
Anton's the same. Anton's never even seen a city. This was his first.
This is not even. This is not even a big city.
Do trials have do?
It's bigger than one that
Does
I've
this
ever been
city
in.
have
So
trial by
every s-
combat?
don't know. Don't think. Sleep, Solaire. You need it now.
I want to hit something with an axe.
You don't have an axe. They took it.
That will not stop me.
And I think at that Garvin's just like, he's right, and doing anything violent is just going to make matters worse.
I
That's
will
why I
make
didn't
a
intervene.
blood axe.
That's why I didn't intervene with Mara. She was stupid to cast a spell in front
Yeah,
of
that
us.
was. Yeah,
Shit.
that was.
Well,
Gavin. Oh no.
well,
Our
Garvin, you have,
beloved Gavin.
Garvin, you
He
have,
hates us now.
Garvin. Look, yes, that was maybe a foolish move, but
Look, potentially that was bad. Okay.
that, yes,
Back in yuan-ti culture, that'd be called
Some-
a bad move.
yes, but something strange is going on here. I don't need to tell you. We've been here for, as they said, almost 2 days. We've been attacked twice, and now on the other side of the room was a rat with Fey enchants on his face. That turned to leaves when Mara blew him up. Something's not right here.
And he looks down at his own arms with still got the corruption going through them and going, well, there are many of us that are so touched.
Yes.
Guiding bolt comes into the windows.
Yes, true. But that was someone that was staring us out. Someone that was spying, maybe, at us.
Well, we know that we are marked, so it is hardly a surprise, though I didn't see it. I believe you, but I don't see how it helps. They're probably winging their way to Nephion so he can have a right giggle at our expense of all that he tried to do to us, and our own hubris have tied us up here and allowed him to wend his ways all on his own without us doing
Yes.
anything.
Well, we survived that, and certainly these walls will be nothing for us. We will do it right, but as I don't know the laws, as you said, of this place, we will guess just follow them. We haven't really done anything wrong. Sure, Alton burned down a temple, but that was in self-defense.
The temple attacked him.
I agree. I agree. None of us have done anything wrong. The thing that you can't understand about cities is sometimes the perception of what people have done, the people demand a price to be paid. And if the
I see
rulers
that.
of the city think that politically throwing us to the sword, metaphorically, I don't mean actually killing us, suits their purpose, they will not hesitate. We are nobody to them. But if it stops the peasants rioting at the thought of drow incursions and the burning of temples, we will rot in here till the marrow of our bones is all that is left.
Well, that doesn't sound good at all. Can't we
No, it
ask?
doesn't.
And plus, I
mean,
can just turn into a moth. Oh no, you can't.
And that is why I am staring at the floor, contemplating.
Yeah, that doesn't help. Can't we ask the Mother Shield Coin to come and testify? She was there,
Well,
wasn't she?
That is definitely a hope. If she was the Overgold herself, that may hold weight. I just
Well,
don't know how much weight the wife of the Overgold actually has.
Well,
But it is
there's
still a
also-
hope, nevertheless. You are correct.
yes, and the coin dudes, the coin guards, the platinum.
They are just guards. I don't think they will have much influence.
Maybe. Well, Yeah, this is not too good. I don't like cities.
He looks you deep in the eyes and very wistfully goes, "Neither do I. Give me the cold, hard depths of a mountain any day. Still, it is quite
Interesting.
pleasant being underground."
It is. I agree with you.
Mhm.
I grew up in a place much like this, at least for my first years.
Like this.
Bigger, damp, and dark. All my siblings did. So this is quite familiar. At least nostalgic in a way, I suppose.
You're a curious person, Sirik, but I appreciate the gesture of trying to bring me out of my depression.
What makes you think I'm doing that?
Oh,
As he bites into a rat.
Oh, that's... Oh, yes.
oh no, they
of
don't
course,
touch the sides.
Yeah.
He's just sucking on one of the rat's tails. So. Well, I guess we'll figure this out in a few hours. Maybe it would be wise for you to at least shut your eyes for a while.
I will take your advice. I think many things look better after a night's sleep.
Hours of sleep. Yes, I think so.
If we can get it in this place. But aye.
No, it's all right. It's just wheels down onto the hay and attempts to fall asleep.
It's fine. Alton, do you want to do or say anything?
Nope.
Slaves asleep?
Yeah, I think Alton's just sleeping.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, I think this is an opportune moment to finish for the night then. We're just a wee bit before our normal time, but I think it's a natural pause.
We're gonna have a prison break next week.
Walking.
Except we're not. Because there's no spells to be had.
Okay, I'm already prepping my
And
breakout.
anyway, the thing is like you could go down that route, but it's also like we can explain this away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me a window, I'm gone.
I mean, if Mara was in that cell, she could cast Fabricate.
What would you
With your
fabricate?
Fabricate. You can alter things. In like 10 minutes, you can change the shape of something. So why not
Fabricate
stone
a
to a
door.
hole? What?
Just fabricate a door.
Or just a hole. But
We
Mara wouldn't have
fabricated a
done.
locked door, but there is no key.
Mara would
Damn
have
it.
used Fabricate to make pillows, so she would not have escaped.
That would have been the best use of fabricate in all of existence.
I know, but no.
All right.
Rats had to die.
All right. Let's
Do we
wrap it up
have
then.
Anything new? Oh, we got a follow.
Hey.
Hooray.
Ooh.
Who did that? It was good old swag boy Mike.
Thanks, swag
Big
boy.
swag boy Mike.
That's my boy.
Yeah. Thank you, Swag Boy.
Only the swaggiest of the swag for swag boy. Thank you so much for the
Yes.
follow, dude.
And we have a sponsor
Yes.
by LibrisArcana.com. You can get 25% off if you use the code SAVIOURS.
Yep, it's
Is
like a
that
loot box, but
25%
for D&D dice.
Yeah, is that
It's great.
25% off just the monthly thing?
It's
first month.
25% off the first month or quarter on their dice subscriptions, not
Got it.
single orders.
Yes. So
Indeed.
if you would like to do that.
We're really happy to be partnered with them because it's something
Yeah.
that we would use ourselves. So it's perfect.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
Yes.
really. I have ordered from them before.
I actually saw some of their dice and I was like, I should order these.
Yeah, they have like
Mm.
specials as well. They're actually a really cool little company.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they are.
They have
indeed.
specials every other sort of maybe once a month of just like a one-off. It's like, ooh, yes, I want this
But-
for my collection.
Yeah.
Mhm.
As always, you can reach us at our social medias that are in the descriptions below. I like today's session. Gotta wrap up all of our fire shenanigans.
Well, wrap up.
And then next week, wait, Are we doing something next week? I believe one of you isn't going to be here. Yes.
I am not going to be
Emirates.
here next week. I am taking the missus to a spa.
A spa, that's
I
right.
recall that.
Yes.
Are we going to get
probab-
video feed from that or no?
Yeah.
No.
Please,
no.
Imros, I need to know.
Switch TOS won't allow it.
Deeply bad. That will be off stream.
No. Yes.
Uh,
Sorry.
Don't answer them, Emeros. Don't make them pressurize you.
Saviours
we will-
DND after dark.
We will still have a stream next week, but Emeros, you can maybe give me a wee private message about how you think Cyric would react and things like that in certain circumstances.
He seems pretty fucking chill right now, so he's like, this is interesting. Cities are
Which
weird.
makes things a lot easier, because if he was starting to go batshit crazy, then that might be a bit. Anyway,
That might be happening too. We don't know.
and we'll also have the giveaway of Icewind Dale Enhanced Edition next week. as well.
Yes. That's the draws next week. Just a reminder: anyone who is sub to us will be entered into that draw. And the draw will happen during the game at some stage next week.
I'd say let's just say at the break. That's
Okay.
I think that's a good time to do it.
We'll
That's a good
do it
one.
at the break.
Sure.
And we'll put in chat whoever the winner is.
And remember, if you had sub to us last month with the Amazon Prime, you have to re-up it every month.
Yeah.
So go ahead
Yes.
and plug that back in.
And you get our new icon or whatever, emoji or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes, we now have
Emoticon.
one. Emojicon.
Emoticon. All right.
Emoticon movie.
Uh-huh.
Alright.
Yes.
Transformers. Emoticons.
Yes.
Okay.
Farewell,
Oh.
friends.
That's it. We'll see you all next week. We'll be tweeting
Yeah.
things during the week as well if you want to stay up to date.
Nice.
Bye.
Take care and have a good
Yeah.
one. See you in 2 weeks from me.
Yeah.
Yeah, see you in 2 weeks.
See you next week.
See you in 7
Bye.
minutes.